Hey Inspirators, it's Inspiring Vanessa here and welcome back to another inspirational interview for all of you. I hope you have been doing well. For me, I'm officially on holidays now, on Christmas holidays, if you do celebrate it or not. So, I'm feeling good, getting a little break off of school, which is nice as well. I hope you're trying to maintain a positive mindset and hopefully are excited for today's interview with another brilliant guest. So my guest today is the wonderful Cee Cee Michaela. She is an actress, she's also a nutritionist, and she's a life skills coach. So you can already tell that kind of what she does are on very broad different spectrums. It's going to be really interesting to hear about what she does and how she kind of maintains all these different careers. So I hope you guys are excited for this. Make sure to comment down below any questions you have during the interview, and then at the end we can go through them and then Cee Cee can answer them for you. But now I'm going to bring her onto the interview and then we can just get straight into the first question. Hi! How are you?
I'm great. Good to see you. This is
Good to
awesome.
see you as well.
Oh boy, you are gorgeous.
Thank you. I mean, I love all the color coordination that's going on right now. The little red bow, the red cardigan, earrings, it's all matching.
Girl. Just say.
So how have you been? What are your kind of plans for, the end of 2020?
Yeah, you know what? I'm bringing in big, girl. I'm going all the way. It has been a really good year. I know. It's like, what? It's COVID and it's 2020. But, life is what you make of it, right? And with me being a nutrition coach, I kind of am very familiar with what to do when these types of things hit, which is a virus, So for me, it's not the first virus because of the type of work that I do. So I knew what to do to keep myself strong, all the vitamins and minerals, and we'll go over that maybe a little bit later if anybody wants to know. And so that kept me very strong, and I was able to do a lot of new things this year that is really a blessing to me. And then we've only got maybe like the last 10 days. Girl, what I got to do is I got to finish up a book. How am I going to do that in 10 days?
I'm very excited to see that.
Like who? That's what they say. Who does that? Who does that? But I've got all my notes and I've got the book written. It's just a few little final touches. That's Zulina book 2 actually, which is the nutrition book 2. Zulina book 1 is out, right? It has helped thousands of people to lose weight and to feel great. And now book 2, because natural medicine never ends. Like I've been in 26 years of research because this is kind of cool. In Zulina book 2, actually COVID-19 will be in there. So it's kind of cool that it's like, oh,
keeping it relevant.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm on the cutting edge of health. It's like, oh, why would she just stop? Like, she's going to keep writing books if she knows how to build the immunity. And I know this is not going to be the last one. It's not even our first one. It just depends on what country the virus hits. So I really want to make sure, especially here in America. Hey, you guys, I'm in the USA. This is your girl, Cee Cee Michaela. And 50 interviews with Cee Cee, and today it's Inspiring Vanessa. I'm so super duper excited. But yeah, these last 10 days, girl, I got to crank out Zulina book 2, and then Miss Lady, because of all these interviews, and I think you're like interview number 33, which is amazing to me. My year of 50, I picked 50 amazing people from around the world. This is your girl up here in London, you guys. And I'm just so excited to meet all of these new people. And so I'm going to write a book actually based off of what I'm sharing. I guess in these 50 interviews, I just had no idea that I was even that needed. That I had that much wisdom. People are like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna put this in a book, especially for the young people, because I just want to leave something behind. After you turn 50, at least for me, I've done so much and traveled to so many countries, and like you said, I've crossed so many different careers and disciplines that are very needed. Show business is huge and unusual and different, exciting. Broadway, television, and then to know nutrition. I mean, health is everything. Like who doesn't need that, right? So, and then I love being a girl. Oh my gosh. Like I have all these little secrets of just like everything from like fashion and beauty and skin and, you know, like energy and all that. So I'm going to put it all into a book. So I don't know, 2020 COVID, it somehow worked out. Somehow worked out for me. How about yourself? How's it been going for you? And how are you going to kind of wrap it up and end it up?
I mean, like, everything you've just said sounds super, super exciting. I wish you all the best of luck to kind of get all your content in and finish off that second book. But obviously this whole year has kind of been really difficult for all of us, but yet there are still positives to look back on. So usually every single year on my YouTube channel, I do my year, like at the end of the year, like in December time, just kind of recapping what's happened throughout all the 12 months. So I feel like this year's one is going to be really, really special, because although we've kind of all gone through this as a whole, as a world, as a nation, and we've all kind of had our own personal experiences and our own lessons that we've kind of learnt from this whole pandemic. So I'm excited to see how it's going to turn out, and it's really going to allow me to be like, well, it's not like nothing happened this year, but then you actually have to pinpoint and be like, actually no, I did pretty well this year. You need to give yourself a pat on the back.
We're living, we're here,
we're
still in our right mind. I'm going to tell you something really wacky that I'm going to do. You got to tune in, girlfriend. It's going to be, I think, 10 p.m. at night. So you guys will totally be in your beds waiting for Santa Claus to come. But around 10 p.m. Christmas Eve, I am going to do my own type of Christmas. I've never done this. And it's going to be the reveal of all of my gifts. And it might end up being 50, but I know I have 40. Girlfriend, let me tell you. And each gift is historically relevant. They're all Black owned, because we're really big into that, you know, being African American here in the United States. We're big on making sure that we support like small businesses and Black businesses and women's businesses and, you know, things like that. And so guess what? I took note, because I'm a Black historian. So I took note of every important person that passed away or that did something special somehow in the year 2020, and I got a Christmas gift to represent that.
Oh wow,
it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be so, and I'm gonna unveil it. Gift number 1, gift number 2, gift number 3, and it's just gonna be amazing, because I just don't think people, you know, we were so on the go and just like in defense mode and survival mode that I don't think we realized all these different. Can I tell you something? Are you ready?
Yes, please do.
My favorite thing in all of the 40. You're never gonna believe who passed away. If I say this, the whole world will be like, how does Cee Cee? Because I'm just so in tune. Like I just really am, you know, I keep my ear to the ground, right? Remember Katherine Johnson, who is the famous, of course, mathematician who helped I'm gonna say it straight, the white men get up into space. So it's the famous movie Hidden Figures. Did you get a chance to see?
Yes, I've seen that. It's such a brilliant film.
Katherine Johnson, right? Well, girl, guess what? I want to say it correctly, because I'd like to get my facts right. You're never gonna believe it. I think she died February 24th. Nobody even knew. Like nobody said anything.
This year.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you know how important she is? She was 101 years old. So I'm I'm a Black historian, so it's like I have to keep up with, you know, no matter what's going on in the world. Everybody's busy and it's political and all these things are going on, but we're losing amazing figures that touch the whole world, like space, like 101 years old, and she died this right in the middle of COVID, like nobody knew. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do something, I can't say what the gift is, but it's gonna be really, really cute. It's gonna be really, really cute. Can I tell you something else?
Yes.
I know, I'm not even letting you ask questions. It's just a fun time. Another little, really wonderful little item that I'm gonna do in my little Christmas list or whatever is my mommy. She's 84 years old. Oh my God, she's a hoot, honey. And she had eye surgery. So now, girl, she doesn't even need glasses. She's like 20/20. Like, really? Like, I even wear glasses.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So that's how amazing, like, eye surgery has gotten, you know, has become, you know, and has evolved into, right? But guess what, girl? It's a Black woman, Dr. Patricia Bath, who invented the latest eye surgery that we're doing right now. You know what I mean? She died last year. But what I want to commemorate is my mother, what we call it, I think all over the world, is an eye birthday. Meaning you get a new set of eyes because of, this surgery that's just wonderful at this point, that was created by an African-American woman, Dr. Patricia Bath. So I'm going to do a little medal for my mom's new eye birthday, but on the same medal, it's going to have all the historical information about Patricia Bath, because I don't even think anyone gave her Dr. Patricia Bath for the eye surgery, which, do you know what that could do? When you no longer have to wear glasses at all, and you go from whatever it might be to 20 at 90 years old. That's amazing. So it's going to be literally, it's going to be the best Christmas ever, because it's not about me. It's about taking little things that happen to precious people that I think are important, really the world over, and commemorating them and doing something special. And as a historian, I don't do it normally like a history teacher. I'm always finding ways to teach the world about American history and African American history in a very unique, fun way. And so you're sitting there watching me open up my Christmas gifts, and each one makes you just be like, who invented that? What happened? Oh my God. So that's why, I'm gonna end it with a bang. So that if anybody's watching, you guys, that's at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here in the USA. And of course, if you're UK, you can wake up and watch it. And that will be on my IG Live, 10 p.m. I think everybody will just be like up, antsy, waiting for Santa Claus. Hopefully not at 10 o'clock. If you don't have your gifts by then, shame on you. Lord have mercy. We should just be sitting there. That is the most antsy time, isn't it? When you're like, oh God, Christmas. Just, you can't sleep. I'm grown and I can't sleep. I'm like, oh, I just wanted to get here. Yes. So you guys, it's 50 interviews with Cee Cee. This is Inspiring Vanessa in London. She blew me away. Y'all know I'm all over the internet, and I'm looking around, and I said, oh my God. This girl has her own talk show. She is doing interviews with people around the world. She has so many social media outlets. She's got it all, y'all. I mean, if you want to see her on anything, honey, just tune into anything, okay? Podcast, Instagram, YouTube, and it's Inspiring Vanessa. That literally is her name. I absolutely love it that she's putting this adjective right in your face, honey. Like, what? Who am I? What do I do? Get it right. And I think that's a beautiful thing to live up to, that constantly inspiring people, that is so wonderful. And so you guys, you might have seen me put it out there, promoting before this interview even happened, her speaking at 11 years old. And I'm telling you, it touched me, Vanessa. It touched me, and I love it. This girl said at 11 years old, she said, you're overthinking it. Don't outthink yourself. Come on now, y'all. Come on, baby. You got to get your mind right. Get your mind right. Of course, I'm saying it the way I said it. She said it much, more, eloquent. Okay. Y'all know I'm more on the comical side. But, but it was so precious. And she's still speaking. Girl, and you've been all over all types of places. What was your favorite place so far?
I'd probably say, this is a hard one. I'd probably say maybe Dubai, because I spoke at an international school, and kind of getting to obviously like I guess you can say like target specific audiences, so getting to like directly speak to young people. Cool. Yeah, and kind of spread that message around the world was a really wonderful opportunity. So I'd say it was my favorite trips, international speaking gigs. Otherwise, every single place that I had the opportunity to go to is I'm so thankful for that. Yeah.
Are you serious? So Malaysia, right? Tell me a few of them so I'll know, so I can remember. Malaysia, and they're all maybe a little bit different, of course, right?
Yeah. It was Malaysia, Slovakia, Kenya, and Bali. So yeah.
Oh my goodness. And this started around 11. When did they start calling upon you to come? What was the youngest that you know what I mean, is around 11, or what age when you began to travel like that, far away?
I think it was 11, because when I started speaking when I was 9, so I think it was kind of around that age that I started the first time I kind of got to travel somewhere. I think when we went to Kenya, I believe I was 10, or I would have been 11. I honestly can't remember at the top of my head. My memory is so bad sometimes. But
okay.
I'd probably say around that age.
I'm the life skills coach. So what I want you to do when you get a chance, I want you to kind of do like a listography, a travel log. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And do your age. I'm that girl. I'm a hook thing. because you're going to need this type of information, honey. That's your history. See, that's your motivational speaker history. So when you go see mine, you'll see every country and maybe like the year that I went. You know what I mean? Because when you're young, you're not thinking they're going to hire you again and again. After a while, the events line up and you're like, oh, I should have kind of put this in order. And maybe people might ask me, when did I go to Malaysia? And I'm like, oh, was it Bali? And one day, Miss Thing, I'm going to be looking for your memoir. Yes, I said it. Yes, your book, your story, your memoir, your travels. Yes, ma'am. So you're going to need to have all of that in place, okay? But yeah, I would love to see that within your link, like a little, your travel or your little travel list. That would be beautiful. And I'm the same way. I have to. And you know what'll help, girlfriend? Let me tell you what I did the other day. Bam. I said, shoot, wait, when did I go to Paris? Wait, when did I go to Brazil? I thank God for my passport, because I was like, Lord, my daughter, I'm like you know how we are. We're like, we just want to do the speeches and we want to just help people. We're not really thinking about when did we, and I'm like, oh, look at God. I went to Paris, okay, 2018, went to Brazil, and they stamp it in there, and I was like, thank God. So don't lose your passport. Like, it's all in there. You know what I mean? But then it'll be gone, and then you have to get like another one. You know how you have to. So, keep those safe, and that way you'll have it. But even a list, in your. That's what I do, you guys. I'm life skills. So a lot of times when we do these interviews, it's just all about having fun and talking and learning, inspiring, but also helping to polish one another. Iron sharpening iron. Her giving me ideas. And I'm giving her ideas to take us both to the next level. So, that's what it's all about. But Dubai, wow, I've got to get there. You're never going to believe it. You know what? I think I wanted to go, and they stopped me at the airport. My husband and I, let me see. We wanted to go to India. Oh, God, girl, this is a story. We had gotten married. We were supposed to have a honeymoon in India. They just changed the laws and the rules, so I had to have a visa. Out of nowhere. Like, it's almost like it happened when we were in the air. And I'm like, when did this happen? They're like, oh, it just happened. I'm like, no, what? So they had to divert us, and they were like, well, what country do you want to go to? At that time, we were in Amsterdam, trying to get to India. Couldn't go to India. I said, okay, Dubai would be nice, right? They looked in my passport, and they were like, hold on, let me just see it. I be telling you secrets, girl. And I was like, what are they doing? Like, what? So they were looking, and they said, you just came from Jerusalem. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, that's enemy, and I'm like, what? They're like, you probably aren't gonna understand it, but they're gonna think that you are. And I'm like, oh no, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm not in it. Like, I'm cool. I'm just on my honeymoon. So they ended up letting us go to Barcelona. But like, I had no idea. Like, oh my God, it was amazing. I thought I was a cheetah girl, because the cheetah girls went to Barcelona way back in the day. You're probably too young to even know what I'm talking about, but I was like, the cheetah girls went to Barcelona, so I'm gonna go to Barcelona. I love the cheetah girls, girl. But I was like, I can't believe it depends on like enemy territory or what, you know what I mean? Whatever it has to do with, the politics and all that stuff. But I was like, well, I'm glad y'all can read and let me know, because I don't want to go anywhere that I'm not wanted, But now it's a brand new passport. So there's all these other countries in there. So I can't wait. Hopefully I'll be able to get to go. But my next place I want to go to, girl, is Ghana. Woo! I'm so excited. I've never been to Africa. Girl, 15 countries, 16 maybe, but I've never been to Africa. I was getting ready to go, getting kind of prepared, and COVID came. But I'm excited. I'm excited to go to Ghana, South Africa, and Ghana. I want to do some performing arts work. I want to do some acting coaching and some life skills for especially the performing arts and nutrition. I want to do that. I want to help out Debbie Allen. She's a very famous African-American dancer. Oh gosh, legend, living legend in California. She has a school there. I want to stop there because she's someone I really admire. And I've never had a chance to work with her, so I want to go help at her school for a little while. It's mostly little African-American kids, so I'm like, oh my gosh. Then I want to come to London, believe it or not. Because of Jingle Jangle, I've met like so many, the cast are just so amazing.
I mean, I think everyone always wants to come to London, and we always want to go to the USA.
I know! And usually I don't, but what has happened is so personal for me because they filmed in London, and I began to do interviews with the cast. And a lot of them are in London, right? And I know that sometimes they may not have like the American experience. I just have a lot of the American experience that I can bring to London. And I've enjoyed the interview so much. I have literally fallen in love with all the kids in London. So I'm like, I'm going. Like, and I just want to maybe do like a weekend or a week master classes in different performing arts and things of that nature, especially things that they may not know. Because here in America, as African Americans, we have so much history and so many talents that they may not be privy to. And especially because in London, they're Black. Like, they're from Africa, they have African roots, Caribbean roots, but they're just living in London. So they still need that connection. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do that. And I want to maybe go help out at Oprah Winfrey School in South Africa for a little bit.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. I can definitely envision you as a teacher there.
What'd you say?
I could definitely envision you as like a teacher there, just like a, I don't know, like a counselor, kind of like a youth figure, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. You know what I mean? So I've got like this little, post-COVID idea of like just being a blessing, using health as well as performing arts, which are two huge industries that make people feel so good. Help a little bit in the USA with my favorite dancer in the whole world. She was on a movie called Fame. Oh, we love Fame here. It's amazing. Her name's Debbie Allen. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. It's called The Hot Chocolate Nutcracker. You will love it. The Hot Chocolate Nutcracker. So it's an all black honey nutcracker. Yeah. Because sometimes we never ever get to be in the Nutcracker here in America because of our skin color, and sometimes we don't get casted. So we have to make a way and do it anyway and have fun and make our own way, because we deserve to have fun too and to do all the things that everybody gets a chance to do. So that's kind of my little track. It's like LA and then a little bit of London. I got to go see all of my Jingle Jangle babies and my inspiring Vanessas and so many wonderful performers there, and I'm kind of falling in love with them. And then hop on over to South Africa a bit and maybe land in Ghana for sure and do a little bit of work there. So that's kind of like my, I don't know. You got to have a dream, you got to have that plan.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of you being a life skills coach, what would you say has been the most rewarding experience being a life skills coach? What has been like your most memorable memory?
Wow. You know what?
If you could pinpoint one.
I know, right? Yeah, there's moments every day, inspiring Vanessa. So many moments. I can't. I'll do really quick ones. Like, I had an interview with my youngest, which they call them Generation Alpha. She's 7 years old. And she was singing for me. And when you're 7, you don't know. I said, you can sing, right? I said, just sing a little something at the end of her interview. Oh, she had the most beautiful vibrato. Well, at 7, she's like, I do the what? What I got? I said, oh, I said, baby girl, you have the most beautiful vibrato. Don't ever be afraid of it. It means that your voice just vibrates and shakes a little bit. So it just gives it a little bit of more tone, a little more depth. And she was like, but to tell a 7-year-old that, who was walking around singing like that and didn't know, you're just thinking I sing. But now she's like, I sing, and I also have a little bit of vibrato. To just watch her eyes light up and be like, wait, I have something that I don't even have to work for. It's just there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, don't lose it and don't overuse it. But it's a very special thing. People would love to have vibrato. So I tried to teach her, show her the difference between when you're singing thin, kind of just and then when you can add your vibrato too, because I was telling her I have vibrato as well. Everything from that to helping young girls know that they are worth the wait, where they're thinking, I'm not ready for all of that yet, and everybody's saying do that, and to be able to say, I didn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, what? I'm like, you know what? I traveled the world. I said I started copywriting my music at 18. I was not even thinking about it. I wanted to be a star. It's okay. You can focus. And that doesn't have to be the biggest thing. Do you know what I mean? So like you said, life is what you make of it. So, but if you don't hear somebody say that, you just think the whole world is doing this or doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's really cool. They need to hear people say, you were writing poetry at 5 and you were copywriting music at 17 and 18 and wait, what? You know what I'm saying? So, and I said, I had to stay focused. I was not drinking. I was not smoking. I was not doing any of that. Some people drink. I write songs. Some people party, I write books. But you would need to hear that, or you'll think you're not right or something. You know what I'm saying? So things like that, where I've been able to help young people write books at 8, 9 years old, travel, get a passport at 10, and just go on a an international trip. To even finding out little things about their bodies, like vibrato, or maybe even how to keep their hair curly. I'm a big old, I got it up gosh today, but just even dealing with the curly girl thing, and that's really big in America. It probably is everywhere. I think it's just a curly girl thing, but how to keep it moisturized and how to make the curls pop, and it takes a curly girl world, like, yes, honey, curly girls. So it takes a minute, right, Vanessa, to even find the right products. And you'll get discouraged because you'll be like, okay, my curls look wide. Like, they look wide. What is going on? Like, I want them to pop and shine. But have you ever done it where you like find the perfect product and you're like you can't even believe you found it, because you're like, wait, like you're thinking it's another bottle, right? Like, yeah, okay, I have tried everything. And then you're like, what did they put in this? Like, what? Finally, and then it's just so beautiful and curly and poppy, and it's just like the way that you want it. And it's so great to, to just say, try this. And then they're like, it works for me too. And that can just make all the difference. And then skin, girl, my soap. Oh my God. I'm 50. I've only had 4 pimples in 50 years, 50 years, 4 pimples.
Please tell me your secret.
I know. I'm going to get you some. I'll make sure I send you some. It's this soap. You probably have the cream already. Oh, right here. The aloe propolis cream, right? And then the green soap. Then you can put those two together. But girl, India, hey. So if you put those two together, and believe it or not, if you drink this tea from the Native Americans, it's a yellow box. So if you even just put onto it in my website, yellow box tea. I know it's as weird as that. It's an inner skin a cleanse, and it gets rid of any type of tumors, cystic acne, things of that nature. And then this is what's crazy. This is just my CC-ism thing that I do. Don't throw away the bag. Drink it. Take it out of the. Look, you see, I did it just for you.
Little British mug.
Cheers, girl. Isn't that lovely? Oh, hey, London. Yeah. Take it out of the bag and, of course, squeeze it and then strap it. Like, if you have like a bunch of them here, like here or here, strap the bag to the little acne patch. Leave it on there. Even if you go to sleep, it doesn't matter. It's just herbs, honey. It's just leaves. It's not going to hurt you. Girl, look at the flower. It's gorgeous. It's showing you that it's literally made from like flowers. So we keep putting on masks, that are made of like rose and you know what I'm saying? But nobody's thinking like, oh, I need to internally, oh, you know what I'm saying? And then the herbs come right through the bag, and it'll eventually dry. Like, you'll wake up and be like, oh snap, I forgot I have this tea bag on, you know what I mean? But it's the herbs go in and clean from the inside and the outside. And like the tea is like $6. Like, girl, yes.
Thank you for sharing your skincare secret as well. My kind of final question is, what advice would you give to someone who wants to pursue their dreams? As you're a perfect example of doing that, I feel like.
You know what? I would say really 2 things. Surround yourself with a really good circle. And sometimes their circle is only 1 to 2 people. I tell people my circle is the size of a Cheerio. So you have to be like, okay, is it a basketball hoop? Is it a hula hoop? Or is it just a Cheerio? And it's okay. It's okay if you only have that 1 to 2 really, really good friends. That's all you really need. You don't really need a lot of negative people in your ear. You really have to watch who's in your ear. Another really good piece of advice is, please don't listen to people that have never ever done what you're already doing, but they've never ever done it. So they'll say, oh, I don't like that song that you wrote, but they can't even sing. They've never even written anything. It's just an opinion. You know what I'm saying? So begin to get with people who have done it before, like, that's some good writing. Do you know that? That's some good composition. Because they've been there and done that. But anybody can say they don't like something. Just face value. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that book cover. Like, have you ever written a book? Have you ever written a book? Have you ever put a book cover together? Okay. Okay. That, no big deal. And I'm not saying people can't give you an opinion, or, you can't even, none of that. But surround yourself with smart people. Never be the smartest person in your circle. And make sure that your circle is very broad, kind of broad, even at a young age. Get you a friend that's coding, science, performing arts, a singer, a dancer, right? A skateboarder, okay? A surfer, all right? Someone who skis and has something to do with like the mountains. You just really want diversity in your group so that your mind can be expanded, and you're not, like, well, I don't understand that. Oh, I have a friend who does that, girl. Get you some friends who are the disability inclusion. A lot of my friends, they're in wheelchairs, they have limb differences, missing fingers, things of that nature. That's what makes you a very well-rounded person, and you'll know some things. You'll know whether that hurts or how to maneuver, with someone who's maybe in a wheelchair and things like that. So that's what I would say. That I say the things that are a little bit different that people never think about, like, I even have a friend that's maybe blind or that's deaf. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody shouldn't just look like you, or, hear like you, or see like you, have hair like you. Have people with different hair, okay? You know what I'm saying? Have funny people, serious people. You know what I mean? Because that's what makes the world go round. It's our differences, really, that when we come together makes projects, really, really work beautifully. And it builds our tolerance, and it builds character, And I think that's the thing that the young people especially aren't doing. They love getting people that are exactly like them. And they actually push away people that are not like their group. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, they're in a box. And then when they get out in the real world, they're not doing that well. Because you were with the same people for like the last 7 years. And now real life begins. And you got to deal with real people. That's not like you at all. So I would say that, but make sure that even when you're young, get someone who's knows how to deal with money, coding, the performing arts, things of that nature. Spiritual, get you some people who are spiritual that maybe read the Bible or whatever they might, believe in. It's always good, someone you can pray with. It's not fun to be the only one that prays. This world needs prayer, it's, my goodness, you know what I'm saying? And it's okay to pray at a young age. And it's kind of cool to be like, wow, you pray? Okay, let's pray together, That's a concept. If they want to party together, they want to do bad stuff together. Everybody can find a friend when you're ready to get in trouble. But what about when you want to help to maybe save the world and say, hey, can we go to the soup kitchen together, today? Can we go feed some homeless people today? Volunteer work, together. That's a certain type of person. Everybody doesn't want to volunteer. I'm a people person. And it's good to find people that you can volunteer with who are people of service, right? People of service. Yeah. So that's what I would say. Read a lot. Read all. As y'all can see, I'm in my personal library of almost 3,000 books.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Started reading at 3 and 5 languages when I was 10. And now I'm sitting in a library of about 3,000 books in many, many, many different subjects. I've read almost all of them. And I'm finishing up my 5th book, writing my 5th book. And all that can be found on my site. I'm sure Zulina.com. We'll make sure that we put it all into, the IGTV and into the comments and whatnot. But write a book. I would tell you, I told you that earlier. And always do your list of all of your travels and when you went, right? And I'm telling y'all, everybody this, right? And if you can at least write one book in your lifetime, even if it's a small book, it's always good to leave a little token behind. Even though this generation is into like Kindle and books, there's nothing like a book. It's just the pages and the turning, it's so wonderful. So each one of my books are in different genres. I have a health book, Christian book, children's book, relationship book, and then I might do a self-help book. So it's kind of fun to go through. Once you start one, you'll do it again and again. I didn't think that. They told me that. I'm like, no, I'm doing one. Okay, I'm gonna write another one. Okay, I'm gonna write another one. And you can write them as young as you would like. So the young people, write your book, copyright your music, copyright your speeches, right? Write, read, move, and exercise. Don't do so much of the, all of that all the time. And then your body is just getting so weak and, get out and still moving is medicine. Food is medicine and movement is medicine. So make sure you get out. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much the computer, because you guys, the young people are starting to get a lot of arthritis as young as 20 years old in their hands because they've been texting. This right here is getting incredibly weak. I get calls for this all the time because it's just they've been tested since they were 3 or 4. and they're not even making it. And guess what? Sometimes they are disabled by the time they're 20. Brilliant children, straight A's, worked hard, but no mobility in their fingers because of this. That's where the young generation is like, woo, woo, woo. Y'all are brilliant, but I'm like, is somebody going to teach them to balance, shake them hands out, go right, go move your fingers, you know what I mean? Something to think about, you know? So, you know, with me being a health coach, I always want to make sure that you guys are thinking about that. Yes, I don't think anybody's really thought of that. And except when I started getting the calls and I'm like, what's wrong with their finger? What happened? It's like, I don't know. It's cramping and it won't move between. And I'm like, oh no. So we do certain exercises and we give them what's called turmeric bromelain capsules. It's all natural. Boswellia out of India is all natural. Y'all know I'm into botany and nutrition. So there's things that we can take to help with inflammation and kind of get those muscles, going back. And now you have the blue light disease, right? Did you know? Because of the computers?
The blue light. Apparently it can like knock off certain amount of years of your life. It
damages all the way to the retina. And now I get those calls coming in because of COVID. See, there's things that the government and that the whole world is not talking about because we're just surviving and we're just trying to virtual school. And I'm like, but give them a break. Then I've got people that are 14 years old with back pain that they've never had before because they've been virtually already since fall. They've not sat like this for so long. So, but there's nobody teaching how to teach virtually, to get up, move, exercise. Don't let them just sit there for 5, 6, 7 hours. They won't make it. You see what I'm saying? So that's why that book 2, girl, look, here's book 1, but book 2 is gonna have blue light, COVID, texting, mobility. See what girl's gonna be the bomb, ain't it?
And where can we find you? Where can we find you on social media? And what is your website called? We can find out.
Cee Cee Michaela. Yeah, everything. Instagram is just Cee Cee Michaela, right? CEECEE, Michael with an A on the end. And then my website is Zulena.com. They can see it. Zuleana. It comes from the Zulu tribe. And it leans out the body and eradicates disease. So Zuleana, Zulena.com. And if you go there, you'll be able to get all of the 308 different formulas for 308 different health issues. From A to Z, from like acne, diabetes, blood pressure, migraines, menstruation, you name it, any health issues, women's issues, it'll be on there. I've been doing it for 26 years. I absolutely love it. I've been doing my acting career and the health career all at the same time because I would just be sitting in my dressing room. So like once I got my lines down, I was just like making tea, formulas, and studying my medicine. So I'd always make sure I get my lines down first. And then once I had that, I would study my medicine. So it's pretty exciting.
Speaking of your acting career, we've got a question in that says, what was it like being on set of Fresh Prince? If you can give us a snappy answer of the summary of your whole experience.
The funnest show ever. I've done probably 20 different television shows here in the United States. But I was spoiled. He was my first one, and I'm thinking it's going to be fun like that all the time, which it usually is. Sabrina the Teenage Witch was fun as well. She's so sweet. But Will Smith is a hoot. He's just the sweetest thing and a hoot, and was so nice to me. And I wasn't expecting to stay in Hollywood. I wanted to be a Broadway actress. I'm very trained. And I was like, I'm not doing all that take 1, take 2 TV fake stuff. I want to be on the stage, dog. Yeah. And he said, nah, girl, you're going to do TV. You need to stay. And I'm like, oh my God, it's Will Smith. Like, are you serious?
You have to listen to his advice.
Exactly. And I stayed, and I'm so glad I did. I did television show after television show for year after year, so many years. And now Girlfriends is playing on Netflix, even in the UK and Canada and everywhere. And that's a crazy character. You guys have to check out Yvonne, the crazy cop, on a show called Girlfriends. But Fresh Prince will always be Will Smith, and that show is my first half hour years ago. I think I was maybe 24 years old. Just really, it was just awesome. And it was just really a party. I mean, it was really, really wonderful. Yeah.
Sounds like an absolute dream coming true. But that was our last question. I just want to say thank you so much for just sharing all your knowledge. Like, I think I saw someone comment something like a bit earlier in the beginning of this interview, and I was like, this woman is captivating, and you really are. Just kind of, yeah, you just want to listen to what you have to say, and learn so many new things already, especially about skincare. So I'll be catching up on that one as well. You know, having just 4 pimples in that many years.
I know, it's like, what in the world?
Yeah,
and I have no.
I'm going to start getting onto that.
That's my side too. So you don't have to worry about that. But I know somebody's listening. But I have no gray hair so far. 50 years old. There's a reason. Go to the site. Put in hair enhancer tea. It's
But
really
thank
great.
you.
Get the book. It's gonna be great. Hopefully I'll be in London soon when COVID goes away. I want to see
Yeah.
all of you guys and have like a class, like a little life skills class where you guys can ask me even more questions and do have all kinds of fun. So I don't know. I think it just worked out for me. I thank God for these interviews. And we'll put this in IGTV, right? I think you're gonna put it everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna save it. And you guys, this is Inspiring Vanessa. Please be her friend as well. Amazing motivational speaker, talk show host. She's even got a little acting coming up. I'm so excited about that. Wow, it's wonderful. You had a good time, right? In your acting, the movie.
Yes, it was so much fun. So yeah, that'll be coming out soon as well. But yeah, thank you just overall for being yourself and being amazing. Everybody, make sure to go and check out Zulina, the website, everything.
Zulina.com.
Yeah, just check out Cee Cee on all platforms. But once again, thank you so much for being here, and
so
I will
welcome.
very much catch up with you soon.
We're gonna stay in touch, girlfriend. Okay, reach out to me anytime.
Definitely.
I answer my DMs literally within 24 hours. So if you'd like to get an interview, you want to talk with me, I still have about maybe 15 or so guests until I get to my 50. So I'm still looking for more people to interview. And so is Vanessa. This is what she does too. We're very much alike that way. That's exciting. Gosh, much success to you, girl, and be safe, okay?
Thank you so much. You too.
You're welcome.
Wishing you
God
all
bless
the
you.
best.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Take
Bye.
care. Mwah, bye.
So now to the end of this interview, make sure to go and follow Cee Cee on all her social media platforms, and check out Zulina.com, I believe, which is her website with all the information you need about everything she was just talking about. I hope you guys did learn something new. I certainly did. And stay tuned for more interviews coming up soon. And if you're watching this from YouTube, make sure to subscribe and check out the other interviews I've done. If you're watching this on IGTV or just here on Instagram, make sure to follow me at Inspiring Vanessa. And if you're listening to this on a podcast, make sure to go and check out our previous episodes with more inspiring guests. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next